Time to leave Tucumcari. Didn't leave too much of a mess. Left a nice tip and some tasty treats. Got all the lights. That's gonna come in handy later on. This might save my life someday. So yeah, like I was showing you the other day, this place is weird. It like locks both ways. Some days you do the packing, and some days the packing does you. The heck do I mean by that? Well, I guess it's like some days you eat the bear, some days the bear eats you. Let's take this key back. So today, it's going to be kind of an easy day. I'm going to make it to Amarillo. It's a little bit over 100 miles away. When I first got here, I was wondering why there was a bull underneath that truck. There's a cat that lives here. One is about not as friendly as the Pie Town cats. I tried to get him to let me pet him, but he wasn't having anything of it. Anyway, so packing. Today's is one of those days where I was just spot on with the packing, man. So yeah, today, hopefully, I'm going to get to Amarillo. A little over 100 miles away. And the only reason I'm going that short of distance today, let's start out with the not so warm gloves and see how we fare. It's about 60 degrees out. There's some rain in eastern Texas, western Oklahoma, where I want to get to today. But because of that rain, it's going to hold me back a little bit. So I will take my time today and see some sights, maybe spend some time in Amarillo. I will likely have to stay until Tuesday afternoon given the rain. Not a bad thing, I guess, but I do need to be home by the weekend because on Monday I work. Oh, that's not good. Man, that stupid rain. Oh, that's not good at all. I'm gonna have to get some glue and fix that up. Damn, that sucks. Hopefully that won't cause too many issues today. At least I got tools with me. I'm gonna ride with it like that and see how it is, but man, that sucks. Yeah, I'll try it for a little bit, but at least it's a short ride day. But yeah, I'm gonna maybe stop and see a few more roadside attractions than I normally would have. Otherwise, let's rock and roll. I'm gonna try and stay off I-40 as much as possible today. Take the Route 66 roads that run adjacent to it. And hopefully we'll fare pretty... Oh, this is going to be a big problem, I think. Man, that just sucks. This stupid effing rain. Yeah, all that freaking glue just got all wet. Try and ride like this for a while and see how it goes. It poured here last night, like intensely. Thank goodness I had my bike covered up. Thank goodness I got tools to go ahead and repair this grip if I need to. I'm gonna stop at that Russell Travel Center with the cars and motorcycles on display that those women told me about at the grocery store the other day. Figure I got a lot of time today, I might as well what, 9:30 now Mountain Time. Figure I got about 7 or 8 hours to go 100 miles. I should be able to do fine. Like I said, I'd like to go further, but I'd much rather chill out in Amarillo than face the rain again. One big thing that I would change for this ride is I would get something to cover my bike up a little better than my Rainfly. And I know that can be bulky and big, but you know, I could forego an extra day's worth of clothes so I could cover my bike up when I need to. So long, Tucumcari. I'll miss ya. It's been real. I learned a few things in Tucumcari. When I first rolled through, I was like, yeah, this town's got it figured out, man. They know exactly what they're doing to bring in the tourist. But then I went to old downtown and, man, I saw what was happening there. Definitely looked a lot different than the main strip, the current main strip, which still has some businesses that are folding. I went to that Powwow Curios place, and a woman was talking there, not to me, she's talking to another customer. I didn't find that place all that interesting. That kitschy stuff just isn't my style. But she's talking to another customer saying how they took over the business 5 years ago, and in fact August was their anniversary, and how the business was falling apart when they took it over, and now it's running smoothly, according to her. I mean, I gotta imagine in this area during wintertime, it's a lot like the businesses in northern Wisconsin that don't cater to snowmobilers or skiers, meaning they don't attract tourists during winter. I mean, maybe some of them do, but it gets pretty cold here during winter. You know, like low 30s during the day. Now, I know for some of you fellow northerners, low 30s during winter is balmy. So yeah, hopefully this Travel Center Car Museum will be open. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing it, just taking a few pictures of it. Yeah, I think I'm going to try and stay off I-40 as much as possible today. As much as I enjoy some days of getting to someplace quickly, today's one of those days where I just don't need to, so 55, 60 miles an hour, going down Route 66 is just fine by me. But man, did it pour last night. I'll go ahead and throw up a picture up here what my bike looked like in the rain. I had it perfectly covered up, and the wind and the hail and the rain were coming down and blew my tent fly right off of my tank that I had it on. There's some more rain expected, so maybe I'll try and find a motorcycle cover. Maybe there'll be a Menards or a Fleet Farm type of store in the area, or maybe Walmart might have something that I could use. It would be kind of nice to be able to cover my bike up. And I got storage space for it. I could put it on the back here. I could put it on the front of my Kuryakin bag here, so where my back rests against it. Yeah, there was some bad rain here, man. It's gonna be muddy and standing water in spots, I'm sure. Vastly different from when I rolled through here 3 weeks ago. Nice part is, it doesn't feel so windy today. And I think because the road's a little wet, I'm gonna take it a little bit slower. I'd hate to hit a greasy, oily, wet spot and tumble. It's kind of nice to not have to pass those trucks at 85 miles an hour like I have been. It's kind of nice just chilling out on this road here. Nice, easy riding day. Clouds look menacing. Hopefully, I left late enough to not get stuck in some bad weather. Man, look at that farm from the rain. It's just soaked. No place for this water to go in the desert when it flash floods like that. Maybe that glue will dry a little bit. I don't know. Should just probably put new glue in there. See, in a previous video I met Roy. If you haven't seen that video yet, go ahead and click the link above and below. I met Roy in Springfield, Missouri, and he said 20 miles on I-40 and he just gets bored. He has to get off and find some really interesting roads to ride. That's what I'm doing today, man. This is what you see once you get off of the interstate. Riding the interstate on a trip and expecting to see interesting places is like going to McDonald's and expecting a super delicious meal. Don't get me wrong, I eat at McDonald's from time to time when I want to do something quickly, when I just want to get in and get out. That's what the interstate's like. Get on, get to where you're going, get off. Sometimes it's just nice to get off that old interstate, get on these back roads, and just cruise. That up there, that's the storm I'm trying to avoid. So I might have to stop a little bit longer than I need to. It's supposed to stop raining in Amarillo, right around 11 a.m. or so. But that front might be rolling through a little bit slower than I want it to. So I might, at Russell's, I might stop a little bit longer than I intended. Check the weather, make sure I avoid that rain. That's one hell of a front though, man. Glad I'm not gonna be riding through it. It's cool to be able to see it in the desert like this, where everything's kind of flat. You can see far into the distance. You can see exactly what that front looks like. I'm glad it's mostly off to the north there. Look to the south, it's starting to clear up, and that's exactly what I want. When on Route 66, many tiny dying towns. Wow, I wonder what this looked like in the 40s and 50s, man. Much more lively then than it is now, I'm sure. Stopped at this gas station 3 weeks ago. It was a nice reprieve for a bit. Gravel. Back on the old Route 66. Man, that storm up there looks pretty violent. Look at that thing. I planned my route just perfect to avoid it. I mean, I had to wait a couple days and Tucumcari. I didn't mind though. It was nice chilling out there. got some editing done. But today, like I said, just a nice chill day to avoid the rain. One of the things about motorcycle travel that's very different than car travel is your ability to stop at waysides or Walmarts or something like that and get some sleep. You have to be a little bit more covert about where you stop if you want to boondoggle. It's a lot like riding a bicycle across country in that regard. Welcome to the plains. Go under the canyons. Riding towards that storm up there, it's kind of like heading the opposite direction, like along I-80 or whatever, towards the mountains. Or when I was rolling towards Flagstaff and I got closer and closer to the San Francisco peaks. It's kind of similar, just looking at that. It's like the mountains getting closer and closer and closer to them. Restaurant, that's kind of cool looking. Right now it's that point in the journey where I start thinking about work. I'll be back at work this time a week from now if I can make it back in time, and I'm starting to think about what I need to do. Not a bad thing, I guess. We all have responsibilities that we need to take care of, and it's best to be prepared for them. Clouds is kind of like being in an airplane and watching the clouds pass by. It's kind of wild. I'm just hitting the edge of this weather front here. This is what rolled through last night and wreaked havoc on Tucumcari and on my bike. I feel the temperature dropping already. Hopefully I make it to Russell's before it starts raining, challenging my ride here. I'm almost there, I think. Ladies and gentlemen, please fasten your seatbelts. We are expecting some turbulence here shortly. Like I was saying, it looks much worse to the north than it does to the south. But yeah, the temperature just dropped probably about 5 or 7 degrees Fahrenheit. I sure could use another cup of coffee. I think I'll be able to get one shortly. Here we are. This should be pretty cool. Hopefully I'll be able to get some coffee, ride out this storm for a little bit. Should be a little bit of fun hanging out here. Go explore.